Scale is about ambition. If you are ambitious, then I suppose in order to meet your ambition, you would go for scale, because you can do good work in small community and be satisfied with it. But I was more ambitious. I wanted to change Bangladesh. Scale can also be done by small activities and then having multiple actors sort of replicating it throughout the country. That can also be done. But then you have to find other people following you and replicating your work elsewhere in the world. So I saw that one kind of scale that has happened in Bangladesh, for example, in microfinance. When we started microfinance was not very well known. And then we have, and came Grameen Bank, another organization similar to us, and they focused their attention on just financial services and nothing else. And also, the founder of Grameen Bank, what he did a lot of advocacy, global advocacy to try to take microfinance all over the world. So as a result, what has happened is that microfinance is now, you find in almost every country there's financial services for the poor as one of the ways of alleviating poverty. So that was done not by one single organization making it really large program, but multiple organizations in many countries expanding microfinance and having an impact on poverty. We need to break the cycle of poverty somewhere. Breaking the cycle of poverty means that you have to, the next generation of children, if they get better education, better nourished, then they will come out of poverty. So we are looking at providing quality education to children. We are looking at providing better nutrition or nutrition education to mothers so that their children get better nutrition, so the next generation is healthier, has better education, so poverty can ultimately be reduced in societies. So education, nutrition, health, creating opportunities by training people in various kinds of skills. So these are important issues and we are concerned with that. 10 years ago, we were looking at what do the poor people want from us? Do they need better seeds to grow better food? Or could we improve their productivity? And we found that many women who produce vegetables didn't have an access to a good seed market. Seed multiplication was not there and they couldn't find good seeds in the market. So we went into seed production. First of all, vegetable seeds, and then we went into hybrid maize seeds, hybrid rice seeds. We went to joint venture with China, with Australia to produce high quality seeds so Bangladesh's poor can have access to high quality seeds. And that has also had an impact on productivity of our agriculture over time. So these are important. Now, next generation of enterprises which could provide support to BRAC could be in private education. There are state education in Bangladesh is very poor. So there are parents who are looking for quality education for their children. But even lower middle class, even poorer people, now having to pay out for private tuition, private tutors to teach their children in order to pass exams. So if they're ready to put in a $5 to $10 a month, could we provide, instead of free education, could we provide a quality private education by charging them $10 a month or $15 a month? Could we provide that? So we are now looking at a possible enterprise in quality education for low-income people. We have our budget is about $1 billion now. $700 million come from revenue, come from our businesses, and about $300 comes from donors and others. So about 70% is self-funded and 30% donor-funded. Well, it hasn't impacted a great deal yet, but when you talk about a blogger being killed in Bangladesh, means that there is a lot of intolerant religion is becoming quite a force in our society. So I just hope that we can keep it under control and still go on providing improvement in the lives of women, because women have not had patriarchy has been very strong in Bangladesh and in the whole of South Asia, and we need to somehow or other find ways of gender equality in our society for our own good, not because we want to be fair to women, but for our own society's good. We need equality of men and women. Extreme poverty it is possible to do that. We have shown in BRAC in 1999, we did a study of what groups of people in Bangladesh are not having access to financial services. We found that the poorest 10% of the Bangladeshis don't have access to microfinance. And then we found another thing, that there are a group of people who are not poor, but who are not rich enough to go to a bank to start a small business. The small and medium enterprises were not getting money from banks, nor were they poor enough to get money from microfinance organizations. So they were missed out. They were the missing middle. And there were another group which were very poor, the poorest 10%, who didn't have access to finance. So we started a program for the ultra poor, we called it. So it's not just financial services like giving loans to people, but giving grants. So we have got a program which is focused on the poorest 10% of Bangladesh's families. About 4 million families who are really poor. And we have now reached about 1.6 million families. And there are 4 elements in that program. One is transfer an asset, not a loan but a grant. We give also a monthly stipend in order for them to survive. We give them health care for the recipient family, and we send their children to school. And we hold their hands and give them a coaching to be able to manage resources. So this program goes on for 2 years, and what has been done is, so after 2 years, they go out of program, they go into our microfinance program. They can borrow money then from our microfinance program and then improve their conditions. Then we found that over the period of time, in the last 10 years we have been doing this program, the women who came as ultra poor have graduated from ultra poverty, and they went and continues to improve over a period of time. So this is one program that we are now promoting throughout the world, which could be done to get very poor people out of poverty. And it has been replicated in 10 other countries, and all of them, and they have also done RCTs, the randomized controlled trials, to see whether or not it works in other cultures. And 6 country studies by MIT and Yale was published last year in the Science magazine, and all showed improvement in the lives of the very poorest if you provide the same kind of services that BRAC initially promoted. Somehow the very poorest of the poor never had that big push. And once you give the big push, and they see that their own action is changing their own condition, they go on working harder to try and get themselves out of poverty.